Okay, it says I'm live. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll just keep preparing some more of the block. It's a windy day here. I don't know what my reception's going to be like. Hi, Mary. And how are you today? It's like, is it clear or is it blurry? It's like it's like I'm about to give up on the internet. It's like I'm trying to load up. Hi, June. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Darlene. It says clear. Okay. The wind's blowing a different direction today. I don't get to see the flag this way. The flag's over that way. Cutie Patooty's not here. I went out and babysat out there already today. Oh, my YouTube's updating on my tablet. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, they changed her ingrown toenail surgery to removal to 10 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. So I went out and I am exhausted. Just that 2 hours I was out there, I'm done. It's like I am exhausted. I need a breather. Yeah, I'll give her a hug later. She got enough hugs today. But it reminds me why I don't watch all three at the same time. It's like Alan is as cute as can be. And then those little horns come up. Yeah, while I was out there, Melinda gave me a call. One of our friends' son died of drug overdose last night. I'm thinking he's about 27, same age as my grandkids. It's always sad. But, that's the life he chose from before he got out of high school. He'd rather do drugs and alcohol than work and support himself. So, mom and dad tried everything. But I'm trimming up some more blocks. I'll change my title if it works. Yeah, it is terrible. Mom and dad tried everything. It's like he just, wanted to do what everybody else, his friends, were doing. I wish there's a way that they could shut down these drug houses in these small towns. Where did they get their money besides stealing from other people? It's like, yep. Because it's like, this is the second friend that their kid, the neighbor that we have the joining fence, her son committed suicide, and then their best friend died of old age. And it's like, it's just one after another. But yeah, my 27-year-old grandson, 27, he'll be 28, I think, this year. I think 29 this year. He's never even thought about drugs and alcohol. And I don't get it with this parent either, because they give him everything. Because he's been out of the house probably over 18 years. Because he just didn't want to follow their rules. He'd rather steal from them. But that's life, unfortunately. You see it on TV. You don't think it's ever going to happen to you. I have all my blocks while I wait for the mail or to be shipped. I have them all done in sets of strings. So these all need trimmed, and then I can put the blocks together. It's just, I just sat here and sewed and sewed and sewed and sewed. And then I got that hunter star, that 100 by 100 hunter star. It came back from the long armor. And I got the binding cut up last night for that. And I got it sewed on last night. And I got 3 feet of the 4 feet of the binding hand tacked down. So that's my thing for the weekend. I just have to have it done by Tuesday. That's when Ronnie will be here to pick it up and take it to the person. But it's like, I know how a lot of drug people get their money from watching TV. Stealing, hooking. It's never a good job. Selling. But in small town USA, I don't know how many ways they can make money without just stealing. Hi, Carrie. Carrie must have crashed early last night. I was waiting for Carrie. Because normally Carrie comes on and we chat. But she must have crashed early. So I did all the quilt work. A great grandbaby coming? Okay. You pulled a panel for a baby quilt? Okay. Darlene just finished hers. She did a FPP baby dragon. And she put Minky on it, on the back. The baby's already here? Okay, so you know what you need, boy or girl, huh? A little boy, okay. Yeah, that last baby quilt I needed, it's like, didn't happen, the baby was stillborn before. So it's like, that didn't help me any. Same, the event ended. My event ended. Is that terrible? Is that terrible? There. It is clear today. Probably because I was so fed up with everything. The wind might be blowing the other direction. Means it's blowing the other direction. Maybe there's a break in the wire. But I still got to call them up and complain big time. Because I know it was going fine. But I got to see little Delaney this morning, and Ellen, and Alani. And then next week I will only have Delaney all week because it's our spring break, and they're going to the other grandma. Now that I pushed that chair all the way forward, now I need it all the way back. I'm going to go move it real fast. I'm still in this zone. It's like I dug behind it yesterday. There. Oh, yeah, it's plugged in. I come in and took off my shoes just like it was nighttime. So I guess I'm getting ready for calling it a night. Someone's coming on with a story of a bunny quilt. I don't know who. It's like I know who it was, but my bunny quilt has a story too. I wanted it and I got it. So I'm going to turn the camera down just a little so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing and a little bit of me. So this quilt should be done by the weekend, by the end of the weekend. Because after I get that other fabric, I didn't take time to check to see if they sent it yet. It says pending since I ordered it. It's like 1/2 a yard. Can't you just grab it and send it? I figured being it's open. Okay, grandson bus duty for Cheryl. I did have some raindrops coming home from out at the farm. And our gas prices are up over $4 a gallon right now. I said I should have filled up my gas tank, but I didn't do it. So tomorrow I have to go to the post office, mail out the blocks to Randy. I could not find a paper bag, anything to wrap an envelope. So I went to the post office, got what I needed. So I'll mail it out tomorrow. I have them all here and folded up and in a clear bag for him. But I forgot to take it with me this morning. Then I have another package that's got to go out to Darlene. There's no rush yet. I have more than enough material to start on. She does too. We just look to make sure that's all we need before we send, because we're sharing fabric. We're sending each other 5.5, 6-inch strips width of fabrics. So we have multiple colors. That's how it's best to do it. That way you got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we're far enough apart, no one's ever going to see that it's the same, that we got similar colors. But I always press up the four patch when I get it sewed together. I always press it up so it's nice and flat. And I press it up again. It gets pressed like 5 times about by the time I get done. When I have the whole top together, I press it from the back side, and then I turn it over, press it again, and then I give it a light, the sizing spray, which is just a light, very light starch. Very, very light starch. Yeah, you probably had a few things to do. Randy says, hello, Sandra, and the rest of you ladies. These men. Yeah, Austin comes in last night. You need to mow your lawn. It's like, I know I don't. Okay, there goes. It's like when the screen starts bouncing, it's like, I know people are saying their hellos to everybody. But it's nice that Randy woke up from his nap. But we have normal winds at 13, and then we get gusts up to ridiculous. You did a 4-hour live with Rita? Really? That's getting too long. I lose interest now at an hour. I worked on my binding until 1 this morning. Okay, very clear. And the only difference between today and the other day was the direction of the wind. So there must be a break in the line somewhere. Oh, there can't be a break in the line. I'm using Verizon. Hi, so Terry. I didn't see no pink hands. So it's like I really have to look when the blue comes up. There they are. It's like Delaney, she actually looks at the computer like, why aren't I on there? It's so cute when she does that. She just keeps looking at the screen like, where's Darlene? Where's the other people? Where's this? Where's that? You know, because she talks a lot with Darlene on Messenger. So she just thinks automatically that she's got to be on. Means I got the other up. Now I forgot. I can enlarge my chat so I can see it. For my old eyes. Go with my Gigi Mom knees, my Gigi Mom back. If I have one that's really bad out, I take it off. These measure like 10.5 by 10.5. I haven't trimmed any of them down. They just all work. Yeah, Terry telling Kathy, sorry. Kathy's brother passed away. And I know Jen's opinion now. I feel sorry for anybody that loses a loved one. We've all went through it enough. Yes, I did hear Jen. Just as I was leaving. I think she'd be more sad when I pass away than her uncle. You know, just because my brother and I don't talk doesn't mean I can't say I would cry for him, but it's like my brother's my brother. He's still my brother, no matter what. And I just, hope that my aunt's family lets me know when something happens to her. Yeah. But that's how life is. This town thinks I'm an only child. I tell them that I have 4 brothers or 3 brothers and a sister. They still don't believe me. Larry's memorial service, only my sister came down. My brother didn't. Brothers, one said, I'm sorry. One never called. And the other one never does speak to me. So, yeah, it's like Randy will be the brother to any of us. Yeah, I have one older brother and all the rest are younger. So I pick on them more than anything. Phew. Yeah. But it's unfortunately, when the neighbor kid committed suicide, I think committing suicide and drug overdose are possibly similar. It could have been he got a bad drug. Who knows? Because we don't know if he did it deliberately, but the other neighbor, I always wonder why. And then I say, give up because we're never going to figure it out. And then when Melinda was talking, Yeah. Do my brothers and sisters talk? My little brother talks to my sister and my older brother. The middle brother, nobody has anything to do with him except for me. My older brother, he blocked me on Facebook, so I said, if that's the way you want to be, that's how life is. So I mainly just talk with my sister and her kids. I think my brother's kids would speak with me. Oh, he lost a sister last year, so he needs a new one. Does that mean if the sister shows up, that they can stay at your house and mooch off you? There we go, Randy. We'll get on a good subject. I keep saying I'm going to start playing the lottery so I can go visit all my quilting friends. But once I land in Florida, I'll be there for a while. I've already got a place to stay in Michigan. Darlene said I could come by anytime. Austin's finally got jobs all lined up, money coming in. So he is in 7th heaven again. He just got to get everything caught up again. Your barn's always open. Well, it's like when we go on these vacation, I always take my airbed. I take my airbed, my own bedding with me because I just never know. Do they have enough beds in the places? So I always take my airbed so I have a place to sleep. I said, at least I know I'm going to be comfortable and have a bed, even if I sleep in the carport. The ground's too low anymore. So I go out with one bag of clothes, and the rest is all stuff for my airbed. Yeah, you still have your semis? I've never been in one of those beds. I've driven a semi. Just enough to say I drove it. Concrete truck. Because my husband, he wanted me to go over the road with him. And then I got to thinking, that's awful close quarters. We might be divorced before we get through the first trip. I just can't give up at that time, couldn't give up my grandkids. Now I have my great grandkids. Can't go without them for very long. Oops. But Alani, she did an April Fool's joke today. She goes, Gigi Ma, I need some toilet paper. I says, you're out? Yes. So I get up to go get her toilet paper. She comes out. Uh, April Fools. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Maureen. How's everything back your direction? We know Terry's here. But today we're only supposed to be in the 55 is our high today. We're at 54 currently. Yeah, I washed my glasses today. They're a lot easier to see through when you take off Delaney dirt, Delaney slobber. Okay, set the blocks up. I said, you guys, next week you should be only seeing the finished top up on the wall rather than the half finished. And did Maureen have class today? A club or a class or whatever that group gathering is? 86? You're planting tomatoes? We can't even think about tomatoes until the 1st of June. Unless they're in a greenhouse. That's the only way we can plant tomatoes. Yeah, June's 34 and cloudy. We just lost the sun behind another rain cloud. Gonna rain for the next 4 days. I know I want to get out and get my potatoes planted because I can plant them now. Means I dug the dirt last year. Oh, your wall's starting to look like mine? Well, that's a good thing, isn't it, Randy? That's a good thing. I wouldn't be ashamed of that. That means we're busy and we're working and we're proud to show what we got. Now, what's behind my wall over here? That whole shelf of 30 years behind in scrapbooking. I had to take time to count that one. It's like, it's trying to figure out. No classes today. They are Mondays and Tuesdays. Okay, Monday and Tuesday. I couldn't remember, Maureen. I know, I just missed everybody talking on Lori's about me. See, I come in after the fact. Oh, yeah, I opened up my cupboard the other day. And I needed to get my hexie, my beginner hexie thing, besides just the flowers. It's one little piece. It's just a little thing to throw on top of the table. This is my first hexie project I did. And then on the back, because I wanted to show, I do hexie binding. And I got to make a whole bunch of the purple. But it's like, this is hand quilted. You don't have to hand quilt a lot, but it's all hand done. But putting these hexies on the edge is lots of fun. But that's something I sit and do at night. So now I have to take the next couple days at night when I'm not on here, I have to get that binding done. I work until my fingers are sore. You never did a tie quilt? Is that what you're saying, Maureen? Our spell check. Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's like Cassie wants to do a hex. When I first was going to start the hexie quilt, I wanted to do the big grandma's flower garden. And then as I start making these hexies and joining these hexies, the hexie, because our computers do not like to write hexie. If you ever try, it's like they do not want hexie. I finally convinced my phone that hexie is a word. Now I have the laptop, the tablet to go. Yeah. I got it finally to HEXIE. It would take. One, I was doing a heli quilt. It's like, no, it's a hexie quilt. But I quickly turned to laptop size, or lap size. And it'll be for when I get in my wheelchair. It'll be definitely out because I don't want the wheels caught or anything else in it. But it's going to be about 43 by 60 something. It fits over me very well. Takes a full width of fabric. I have everything purchased for it because I decided my fingers wasn't going to hold up that long. I have a hard time keeping a thimble on, and I should have started it before I turned 60, way before I turned 60, because I've been working on it for 7.5 years about. But it's easy to sit down and then forget about it. So I'm back working on it. My goal is to get it done this year. It said this year, get her done. But if I can sell a quilt, then it takes precedence over anything else on my list. Because that just helps support my habit. It's like, this is a habit. This is a habit. It's an addiction for most of us, but it keeps us happy. It's cheaper than therapy, I guess. I don't think I'd ever pay for therapy. My therapy is my great grandkids, my family, my kids, my grandkids, my friends. Now I have all these quilting friends, even Randy. You know, the one bad thing about quilting is all your clothes has strings on it. Lint, strings. This come out of the washer and dryer and I caught. Hi, Daisy May. And how's Daisy May today? Randy just started quilting, and he's finding out not everybody's 12 and a half is different no matter who does it. Oh, yeah. That jelly roll dust lit. Daisy kept you company this morning? Okay. You just got up from a break? This is my break. I went out and watched 3 of my great grandkids this morning. Going, would I let all my grandkids move in with me? I probably would, but I'd probably go crazy. When I would go for my husband, he'd wait in the car. When I came out, he would say, "What that cost you? Yeah." Mine would stand there and visit with the shop owners. Yeah, I was out at the farm, so I had no internet connection out there. I barely had phone. It was putting text messages I was getting and not available. So I had to wait and get phone zone. It gives me just a box with an arrow down. Once I get back in a zone, then I have to press it to see what my text message is. Never had that before. But I need 14 more blocks done so I can hook the next row together. I think I have enough to do that. This is number... Well, I'm over halfway done, Randy, because I have 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. I got 42 up on the wall, 3 here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14. So I'm over half done. And then I got 1, 2, 3 more here. 5, 6, 7. And then I got parts of this one. So that looks like 2, 1, 2. Then I'll have 1 block left. So I'll just make me a pillow. Hi, Kenneth. So that's there because it's like all these parts are sewn. They just have to be cut and trimmed. So I just need all these done so I can join just as much that's on my wall. I don't know if I want to move the camera. It's like, there's the spools in the corner. And it is purple and white. It is purples and white. Rita's just putting up a good morning video. Just came across my thing. Come on, pop up. Pop off. Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. And Darlene says it even looks blue, especially if I wear some sort of a purple shirt. So today I'm wearing a burgundy. I just changed the blade on this. Must be the cutting board. But if you can find trays like this, Randy, this is an old lunch tray from a cafeteria. Keeps all your project stuff straight. And you can stack them on top of each other. Hello, you Patty. You just got home? Did you go thrift store hunting? It would be. It's like, I have some fabric down here that was given to me. Hi, Joan. And I'm planning a quilt with it. It's kind of like the carpenter wheel, but it's another free pattern out. But it has some applique. Hi, Gayla. It's kind of like the carpenter wheel, but it's got some applique. And I have some material that I think I can fussy cut and put in there. I'm going to have to make some Y seams, but I got this beautiful green. I have these wild roses, black background with peach and green. But then I have this fabric that I go, what would I ever do? Look at the size of them roses. It's like, this rose here is bigger than a 12-inch square. So I figure I could trim that down and use the majority of the 9-inch to do setting in there. I have 2 yards of each. But these are the biggest roses I've ever seen. So you got to keep it big. This is bigger than Cafe, I think, in the print. It's says all rights reserved. Timeless treasure called Roses. Hi, Joan Meyer. But yeah, I've been trying to figure out what to do. It's in the same series as the other 2 fabrics. But it's like, so I dug out my water. That's a free pattern, that water wheel, one water mill. You didn't see Rita much? Yeah, those are huge, huge roses. And the only other thing is we thought is put it on the back of the quilt. That was just, they're just huge. They are beautiful. They're wild roses. Flip these over. Set the stitch. But those are, I think that's the biggest rose print I've seen. I thought I had another piece that went with that too, but no luck. Because I thought I'd use cream, a light color, as the background. Because I like the background that's in that roses. And Joan Meyer missed your appointment due to a doctor appointment. I made it back just in time to catch the tail end with babysitting. When I left, they was camping and arguing, the two little ones, because it's got to go Alani's way. Delaney got a 20-minute nap. Hi, Sarah. You've been listening? Yeah, I try to listen on when I'm sewing, but sometimes my sewing machine drowns out what I'm listening to. Then I turn up the volume, and then next time I start it, it's like, okay. And then some of the videos, if I'm watching something and I'm doing something with it, I slow it down, and then I forget to put it back up to the right speed. And then you go on and they're talking in slow motion. Everything. So I look up and they're moving slowly. But to catch what some of them say, you have to slow them down. Ew. $200 later. Yeah. Yeah. I chose not to replace mine when I had to part with them. I was getting tired of having to say goodbye. Okay. Kathy, did you have fun shopping at Marshall Dry Goods? Randy, I almost have to speed yours up. So don't go any slower. You're just on the verge of, I need to speed it up. In order to speed it up, I have to watch a replay. Yeah, $96 later. Did you go into some of that $2.99 fabric? They call it Quilter's Calico, and it's $2.99. And that's where this came from. That's a Quilter's Calico. Yeah, some people you have to speed them up. I walk away. Okay, you did. I figured you would. I'm glad I got that one backing I did. It still hasn't came back on there. I'm gonna have a quilt with the beautiful stuff. Hey, yeah, I was just about to quit YouTube altogether because of the poor quality I was getting. Because everything was working fine, and then it quit again, acts up. But it's got to be something in the air. It's what I get for living in Timbuktu, even though that's in a different country. You do it for a cartoony voice? It's like, if it's a pattern I'm trying to catch, like I'm looking at tatting with a needle. You almost fainted when you bought a one spool of thread for $10. I haven't bought any. I have to get more. This white is still going strong. I did find another one for the bobbin. But I'm trying to use what I got. So yeah, it's costing you a fortune. I can't get, because I have bad internet service here. So I don't have to worry about going on to, so yeah. But I'm trying to use up what I have, because it's like, it just accumulates. There was nothing I had to purchase for this quilt. That one that I just showed you with the roses, there's probably a little bit I'll have to use in a cream color. Yeah, you need 100% cotton for the microwave. Yeah, she calls them snake oil salesman. Yeah, well, I can never. It's just like when that one gal was selling that stuff for that one quilter that passed away. When they was putting that up for sale, my internet, it was sold out before I could even got it up on the screen. So it doesn't do me any good to go on those. That's like just trying to buy the fabric I need the white for this one. It's the still available fabric, but some people describe it different, so I wasn't sure. So then I went with one that was closer, an online store I've dealt with before, and I've never had them hold my order. It's like still nothing that I know of. And this is 4 days they've had the order, because nobody works on the weekend there. Yeah, I don't plan on quilting my old age away. I want to sit back, cover up with my quilts, enjoy them, and watch the great grandkids play. I'm probably the fanciest blankets camping, because everybody else just throws whatever in. I have my quilts there, working on a quilt. Starlink here, it's like they only took the first however many people, and it cost $750 to get hooked up to it. We had to buy our equipment. And $750 is one option. Yes. I agree with Patty G. I get what I want that way. You're trying to cup. Yeah, I have a headache too. I tried caffeine, but my great grandkids drank my pop instead. Ellen and Alani both wanted my pop. because that's the only way I get caffeine. When I do get a headache, that's ice pack and can of my Pepsi. Caffeine and ice. That's the way I go. That's my concoction. I keep saying I'm going to get some Bear aspirin because it's got caffeine. But you got to go to the store first. Yeah. Yep. They was talking about putting fiber optic in here. I don't know how far that's went yet. But our wind is not good because we do live in quite the wind path. I said I should put a wind power on my house. It's like I haven't did my shop hop yet. I'm just going to do a few stores. I'm not making any special. Well, I'll make a special trip to my local one. But the others, I got to go up to Spokane for my great-grandkid's birthday party. So I'm just going to go up and hit a couple shops there. And then when I go over to Melinda's wedding, I'll see if I can get some of the... Okay, Randy. Okay. It's like Randy's going out for the mail. But I am not going to put the miles I used to put. Because it's like, I'll have to be able to work with what I got. Because I am not buying. Yeah. It's like, I have the book. There's, great patterns in there that I can use. So there's ideas. But I was trying to support just the local shop. And then later in April, there's another shop hop on top of this shop hop that you could go. But the shop hops here don't do like the ones in Oregon. It's like the Oregon different shop hops we was on. We'd get kits for blocks. They might only be 6-inch blocks, but we got the kit to make every part of it. And all the stores use the same fabrics. Because they said, you're coming to us. We need to give you the gift. I have so much fabric, I just don't need to order anymore unless someone asks me for a certain baby quilt. Yeah, it's like, I'm just trying to use up what I got because I don't plan on quilting the rest of my life. Between, eyesight, and Randy knows what it's like. When you start losing your eyesight for some reason, it might be a temporary thing and it might be a permanent thing. The other day I dug out for Austin, he needed these plastic and I knew I had some. And I dug out some quilts. It's my 87-year-old grandmother's quilt. She was 87 when she made this hexie quilt. But she used like 1.5-inch hexies. They was big hexies. But the stitching on it's not there like it should be. Okay, you still got orders out. And Joan can't leave her chickens. Well, I have a sugar glider that I can't leave. The sugar glider has to be fed every night. Because I used to take off, and husband and I, we'd be gone for, 5, 6 days. We took the dogs with us. Good thing they like traveling. But yeah, I just need these tote supply numbers to go down. And the Appalachian Trail quilt is using up a lot of them. But I bought, yards of the fabric when I only needed 6 inches of the fabric. That's the smallest any quilt shop will cut that I have found. They'll cut you 6 inches. I could have got away with 6-inch cuts, but I don't like bothering them. I should have got half yards. But I didn't know what I was going to need to finish the vintage quilt. Have you ever... it's like... my blue thing's underneath, blocking it. I have to pop her up. Yes, it's Beans. He's nocturnal. He has been seen like on Rita's. I took the camera in to him. He's sleeping right now. And he was letting me pick him up for a while. Then he started biting me. And I said, don't bite the hand that feeds you. No, because mine are still right here, Randy. I have a note. It says, Randy, sorry to take so long to get these to you. Not really, LOL. I wrote the block's name in the back seams just for you. I wrote the name. You probably won't be able to read them very well with your eyesight. But I wrote the name of the block on the back. There's Texas Rose, Disappearing Nine Patch, and then 2 wonky blocks. But I put the names so you know what they're called. But my day of going out got all switched because I was going to have these packaged this morning to go to the post office on my way out. Well, it got changed to later, so my whole day got changed. Because I was going to go to that one store so I could bring back and show you. Randy gets excited for the mail now. My mailman just drove right on past me today. I've made several different quilts with it. If you're picky on the center square, that's the one thing you want to be picky on. I like putting that more in a solid, the center block, because when it's cut in 4 ways, that gives you that more detail that I like to have. Forgot to back tack that one. And I did it with layer cakes, cut them into 5-inch squares and then put them together and then cut them down. And then I cut them to the size I wanted. Because I think it's 4.5. This is what you really need. I think that's what it is to make a 12.5. Yeah, well, Lori from New York is supposed to be mailing hers, and I got to get your address up out of that one that's on your in your address thing, right? On your live, that address. But everybody's 12 and a half inches is different, Randy. You've noticed that. They can be 12 and a quarter. They can be 12 and a half. They can be 12 and 3/4. It's like you have to trim them all down. See, this is 10 and a half by 10 and a half, this block. Sugar glider? No, he's considered more related to the koalas than that. Nocturnal and a pouch. They like the pouch. And then his wingspan is more like the flying squirrel because his from foot to foot come out and make a whatever that wing thing's called. But he's about his body is like 6 inches long, and then his tail makes him like 10, 12 inches. On my YouTube, if you go, there is one little spot that has the sugar glider in it. He was eating something. There is one little video of the sugar glider. Grab the next pile. But this is assembly line sewing. I've never worked for a factory. Oh, Gayla, you don't know Randy has a. Let me see. Let me go to him real fast. It's like, where is it? There it is. Come on. Copy link. Okay. Thank you, Terry. I didn't know if you was still there listening. Hi, Arceli. There's Randy's channel. It's on my trigger finger now, but there's usually somebody always beats me if they're listening. That's what moderators do. They help when there's a channel needed or a pattern. They go look it up. Yeah, I know you've been subbed to him because it seems like you chat over there. I know there's lots of things. It's like I've given one other wrench, but it got taken away. I don't know where it went. And I just haven't taken time to put it back on there. Just like I was saying, you put them on the clipboard, but I can't find where's the clipboard? Once I put it on the clipboard, where's the clipboard? Well, I'm not that computer tech, but I know how to find the channel. Like I said, I might just be slow posting it, slower. And then it's clear out there. The only reason I could look up Randy's today is because he's on here. And us with the wrenches can go to their channel faster. Because that's how we look up some of these people. The other day it looked like there was 10, 11 years of age on here saying hi. Sarah subscribed to Randy. If you was blue, you would have done it. It's like, Randy, how do I do that? It's like, oh, like that. Okay, type again, Randy. Now, I can take it away, so don't be bad. Because Randy's making donation quilts. He's uh, giving them away to different things. We just send him blocks. But his address is on his page. At least that's the address I'm sending to. I think he accepted because I had something come across the screen. I think he accepted. Yep. About time. Heck, it's just as easy to remove them as it is to make them. Okay. Oh, Randy. About time. This one, that is the Aurifil. It's the $5,000 meters or whatever that is. Yeah, 5,000. No, it's MT 5,900. It's huge. 50. It is a 50 weight. It says 50 on the tag. Up top, it just says Aurifil. That's all it says up top, but the tag up under it. Because someone else said that. I says, well, I can only go by the tag. Maybe they had the wrong people working that day. They put the wrong thread on the wrong cones. And then this one here has absolutely nothing written, where it's from, who, what, when, where, why. I just know there's a lot of miles of thread because I've already used up one cone of the stuff. So this one here, I have no idea how many's on it. Just using it up. Okay, oranges. It's just got a lot of thread. Yeah, I know rayon melts. That you don't want rayon thread. I do know that. It was given to me by my quilting sister, Laura. She sent it to me. So where she got it, I couldn't tell you for sure. I got things from all different places. Hancock of Paducah or whatever it is. Yes, it's 100% cotton. It's that cone's very expensive. It's like 50 some dollars. When I looked at replacing it, because I like having one to stay on the machine and then another one for winding the bobbin. That way I know when I run out of thread, I just need to buy them. But I didn't go back and buy another spool. It's above my budget. Thread is high. Yes, it is. It depends on what you get and where you get and why you get. I used to get connecting threads, essential thread, and it was always out of white. So I'd get cream, off-white, light blue, light yellow. Joan says, so Terry, I admire when people can admit when they make a mistake. Yes, I make mistakes all the time. Because the label, I can only go by what the label says, like any of the rest of us. 100% cotton. So if I was to make anything that needs to go in the microwave, I would wind a bobbin just from this thread because I'm not guaranteed what that is. Hi, Rita. Yeah, I didn't go make it to your live. I was out in the country where I had no internet. Got back in town to do my own. I should have went out and mowed my lawn. But it looks like the rain might go away. Yeah. My stand fell over. Rita wasn't there. Was she long arming or something again? Yeah. Whenever it's something to be pressed, like, even in embroidery, they have these different threads to use. And they can't hold up to heat. My friend made me monogram bath towels. Well, she put my whole name on it, not my initials. And when she went to do the melt away, and she went to do the melt away stuff, and guess what? My name just melted right into the towel. It was she didn't know she had rayon thread. She thought she got rid of it all. So she wrecked a very expensive towel. Rita's responding to Randy. I'm sure that's what Randy did. Well, the other day, you took off when Rita got disconnected and Rhonda was the only one up there. But I had to leave because I couldn't stay on there anymore. I have great grandkids to attend. I can't stick around for everything. I can put you on, but I might not hear a dang thing you say. I don't know if Rita ever made it back on or not. Because I had to go. We all do our... Yeah. Well, you had a phone call or something you had to do that day, Randy. And Rhonda was there, so there was somebody there. I don't know what you want to call it. Being the spokesperson? Hi, Rhonda. We was just talking about Rhonda. Running the Rita the other day. It's happened over at Kathy's a time or two also. And it's just like, what do? It's like, if I long arm, I don't even go on. I don't go on because that isn't what I want anyway. I don't have time to do both. I won't have an attender. But that's me. Someday I can have Delaney. When she starts sewing, I'll be her spokesperson. Yeah. I put on somebody's YouTube and listen to theirs or my own. But I can't hear it over the long arm. Okay, Sarah. Go make your dinner. Yeah, you get more done, yes. But if you just run up the hours of yourself, I just long arm with myself, or I put on music on my laptop, but most of the time I can't hear it. My grandkids come in and scare the living daylights out of me. Then I have to go fix my thing that I goofed up, my pantograph. Yeah, he always wants supper. It's like, I went and got me a burger on my way home because I knew I didn't have time for anything. And right off my daughter-in-law has this big green bandage on her toe from her ingrown toenail removal today. What does her grandson do? And he goes over and he steps on it. It's like, she yelled. It's like she scolded him for it. You don't do that. And he just, no. Yeah, it's a no. Yeah. She said it was so gross that she about threw up watching the procedure. I says, you've never watched the procedure? You need to watch it first. And it's like, always watch what's being done first if you can. I says, yeah, they cut out great big pieces off the side of your toenail and then they yank it out. And she says, yeah. And she goes, and the one didn't want to be yanked. But she said it's never so gross. She was grossed out. So she has all three of the grandkids. 2 of them should be napping now. So my bus alarm will go off, but I don't have a kid today. Nobody gets off the bus. We started spring break here. It starts Monday, but they have today and tomorrow no school, so the teachers can get their stuff ready. It just gives you a nice long spring break. I'd like to be going to the Oregon coast, but I have to find a smaller box for the sugar glider to go with me, and then set up his bigger cage when I get there. But I'm going to stay home, put that binding on that 100 by 100 quilt. When you're doing less than a quarter inch every time, it's going to take a while. It takes a long time to get around that quilt with the last of it, but it's the part I enjoy. Because last night, when I finally got done about midnight, 11:30, midnight, I said, I'm going to go sew until 1 in the morning. I'll hand sew on that binding. So that's what I did. Worked on that. Got 4 feet of it done last night. Got a lot of feet to go. I see it's still, everything's moving. Calculator. (33 1/3 feet. I only have 29 feet to go. It's like, okay. Guess I shouldn't have looked that up. I was just curious. How many feet does it take to get around that? Because 100 by 100 doesn't sound as bad as 33 1/3 feet. But it's like, it's not the biggest quilt I've ever put the binding on. The biggest is 120 by 104. That's the largest quilt that I have made. It's all done on my little long arm that I have. 3 sections, and then put back together, and then put the binding on. Hi, Melanie. I haven't even looked at, I've been on for an hour and a half. It's like, oops. I don't have kids, so time's not a thing right now. Well, go close your eyes, Terry. Those headaches are not fun. It's like, I'll put this quilt on my lap, sit back in my recliner, lose the needle a time or two, but I will keep doing. I did the quilt as you go. It's similar to how I put the extra border on after the quilt's done. It's similar, but yeah. You have to plan the quilt. And I have one in there planned. And then the one behind me that's blocks only right here. Whenever I do a sampler quilt, they're the best ones to put together. It's like, you have to plan, because it's like I have a 4-foot bed. 4 foot's the widest I can quilt without putting it on like Terry does over the edge. So I just plan it to where there's a middle section and 2 sides. Sometimes the 2 side sections can be quilted at the same time. So I have to load my long arm twice. But on that 120 by 104, I did 3 sections. And then you just line up the pattern the closest you can. but it just you have to have a sashing. You have to have a sashing to get them to turn out. I could try to do that. See, I can't. I can't do the splicing like Terry does. I can pause my phone. I can pause my laptop. And I didn't stitch it to death. It's like, yeah. But the sashing piece that's added in there, they're just the two intersections that don't have the machine quilting going through it. I go back and top stitch like 1/4 inch in just to hold it down. And then I do the serpentine. But as long as it matches on both sides of the quilt, you got the same amount on each side, it works. And it holds up fine. It's been through my washer, it's been through the dryer. It's like if it's a wider sashing, I've did the curly cues back and forth down through it. But I try to do that because I press it to the inside, and then I add back whatever with sashing a strip of the batting. It's all just added. But so you have a sashing on the back of the quilt and you have a sashing on the front of the quilt. Yes. So it's just like you're joining any 3 random quilts together. It's like doing my quilt as you go add on binding to make or border to make your quilt bigger. It's similar. I think I've did 5 quilts now that way. I have another sampler one coming up that's together. Everything's there. The sashing for the front, so everything matches on the front. I haven't got the backing yet, but when I get the backing, it will be cut to fit there, cut to fit that, all the pieces, plus have my sashing to join them back together. It's planning, and then this one will be done the same way. But it's like I have such an overload of quilts to get done, and I have yard work and which backing do you get? I just buy the 3-yard backing. It's like it's all put there and joined together. I buy the 3-yard, cut them in the sections I need. Of the 108s. And it's like for some of them I have to buy. Oh, Joan, it's like you come up with ways. I've did quilt as you go. I did quilt as you go with all my hand stitching, and then I even hand quilted it. I did a quilt as you go because I couldn't afford a long arm machine. I rent the machine, and now to rent the machine and to send it off, it's only like $50 difference. Well, that's because I don't include my time. I just include the rental and the gas to go down to the rented long arm. So why not just add the 50, send it off, and let somebody get it done in one piece? Because I have a closet full that needs to be, just like I have to order backing for my Sandra quilt, and I need to order 4 yards of 108 because it's 114 or 115, 16 by 90 something. Because I want the same drape on the foot as I have on the side. So I end up having huge quilts. not much else I can say for that. But if I downsize from my king size bed to a queen size bed, because it's not a directional quilt, I can turn it the narrow and the long and just have more either to roll down where the pillow is, or I can tuck it in the bottom of the bed. Because if you have a bed frame, you can't always just let your top spread or quilt dangle. So you end up tucking it in, like in my spare bedroom here. The bottom is tucked in because the bed frame won't allow it to just lay freely. But I want it long enough to go down over the foot of the bed. It'll work on another double bed that doesn't have a, depends on the bed frame. But there's so many things a person can do. But I don't want to hold you guys up here any longer. Is there anything else you can think of to ask or about? And what are you guys working on? Anything but a mystery. Because mystery quilts we can't discuss very well. Because, like I said, I'll work on the binding on this quilt. I'll work doing the Gatorade or Powerade. Oh, did you? Just get to the post op. I'll do that, Randy. I'll write down your address. And because it has the place to put it. I can do that. And my design wall, it's, you know those cutting boards that we used to have for cutting out fabric way back when? Okay. Is it kind of like this purple? I love this purple, but it's not. But those cutting boards that we used to have that we put our fabric out on, and then I have two. On one wall, I have command strips, but I have rivets at the top. Yeah, that looks blue on the camera. It's very purple. When you put it purple against purple, but then that looks bluer. I have rivets in the top of each board. There's two grommet things up there. I have two grommets, I should say, and they're at the same spacing. So I have command strips in there, and then up here I have a hook with a screw that I just put into the wall. They're there, and over here I have two small nails in the door casing. And then I can take those walls down and off. And I have two more over there. And I have another cardboard in the other room. So when I have a small project going, I can put it out in that room. And then when I want it in here, I can just pack it back and move out the cardboards. But there's a whole closet behind this one. And there's a that open shelf here, like a desk. That's where all my scrapbooking is. And so those cardboards allow me to put wherever I want. And it works out really well. because I use pins because every time I did something, it gets too heavy and it won't stay up on the back of the tablecloth. I'm trying to get this piece of paper off my Post-it note. I don't know if I can spell his AKA name. My sister's last name is Smith. Yeah, because that cardboard with having those grommets up top, I can go put, I think it's 29.5 inches is between them. I can go put those two things up in there. Oh, a FedEx package. Must be Austin's. At least I don't think I have anything else. I'm glad that it stayed clear today because I was really and truthfully ready to quit. I am so tired of, why did it go blurry? I have no idea. But thank you everybody for coming on and watching. I will change the title to Spools and Stars in Chat. And everybody have a great rest of your week. I'll see you on Tuesday with that should be done with its borders on. And then I'll tell you its ending size. And now, Randy, go take your nap. Bye, everybody. Terry, get some rest.